Okay, so there's this lady, her name is Lori Smith, and she runs this business called 303 Creative in California. And she's a graphic designer and not California, Colorado. She's a graphic designer and a web designer, and she wanted to start doing web designs for couples that were going to get married, right? But Lori Smith is a Christian, and it goes against her religious beliefs to design websites for same-sex couples. And now, before we get into this discussion, I do not think this makes Lori Smith bigoted. I just think she doesn't want to participate in something she does not believe is, a real marriage according to her religious beliefs. That doesn't mean that she hates gay people. Okay.
She didn't go to their wedding and protest. These people sought out her services.
Yes. Okay. And it's against her religious beliefs to participate. If you had a sincerely held religious and or moral belief and it went against that to participate in something, you would be well within your right to not do it.
Like,
I don't understand why we're compelling behavior from
people.
It's
always Colorado. It was like the Colorado wedding cake baker, the one that wanted like a trans coming out cake. Yeah. It's like, why are you guys harassing Colorado Christians? Girl, this is weird.
No, it's because Colorado is just like the rest of the West. You either have like stoner hippie liberal types, or you have like granola religious people. Like it's either or.
It's just funny because they don't try this crap with Muslims. They never say, "Can I get married in your mosque?" They never say, "Can I go to the halal bakery and get some rainbow cupcakes for my coming out party?" They never do that crap.
Yeah,
they never do it.
You wouldn't go into a kosher restaurant and ask them to make something with meat and cheese in the same dish. I'm sorry, you just wouldn't.
Like you would, what is so hard about respecting people's beliefs? Not in your right mind
say to do that. Okay. Anyways, the judges ruled 6-3, like they've been doing pretty much consistently, that the First Amendment trumped the law in Colorado that led to people trying to sue her. The law in Colorado basically made same-sex couples like a protected class. So like you can't discriminate against someone based on their sexuality. However, the First Amendment does trump state law. Sorry, babes. Yes, Sorry. It is her First Amendment right.
Sorry.
Religious freedom. Period. End of story. But we got like the usual response from everyone, like, "Oh, we're going backwards.
They're coming for black people next. They're always like, they're coming for interracial marriage next." That's what they say to scare people. And that's what they say to Clarence Thomas too, because he's in an interracial marriage. I believe his wife is a Caucasian woman. And they're like, "They're coming for you next, Uncle Thomas." Like, what do you think this is?
People just hear the word gay and they're like, okay, like we're being oppressed. It's like, no, you just can't force someone to do something for you.
And why would you want to pay somebody who doesn't approve of your marriage to make a wedding website?
I don't know. And I don't know Lori Smith, but I can't guarantee she's a bigot, but I'm sure y'all aren't happy with the fact that she doesn't want to support you. So why would you give your money to her?
She may be a bigot now after all of this, because if somebody is taking me to the Supreme Court to force me to make a website for them, I actually might hate their guts after that. But that's just me.
And honestly, she might have just been like trying to counteract the state law because she wanted to start doing wedding web designs. But either way, a lot of people were also talking about how, now we won't serve Christians because,
okay,
if y'all can discriminate, we can too. Okay,
sure.
Do it. Christians will be pissed off just in the same way you're pissed off, and that will probably be a bad decision for you, just in the same way it's probably a bad business decision for them. It's a free country. I don't understand why we want to force people to do things that they don't want to do.
Because they're narcissistic, entitled pieces of poo. And it's so interesting because would you ever see a Christian couple, like not even a gay couple, just a Christian couple, go to a Muslim wedding business, like say like, "Hey, we want to use your venue. We want to get married by your imam. We want to get married with your halal food." They would have every right to say no. And that is A-okay. We should respect people's religious beliefs. And by the way, I mean, I'm sure everyone listening kind of gets the gist at this point. But just to clarify, we're pro-gay marriage. This has nothing to do with the morality of it. This has everything to do with the freedom of association and free speech.
Right, right. I like on the state level, because marriage is no longer just like a religious sacrament. It is now a practice on the state level that brings you new privileges. I think it's fine. Like, I don't think there's any reason to keep it away. But based on a religious level, you can't force a religion to conform the way you want them to. That's just how the world works.
Look at the origins of marriage. I mean, it started off as a religious ceremony that now is enjoyed by everybody of any religion, of every, or even non-belief or whatever. And you know, I'm of the opinion, get government out of it. Why do I need tax breaks? Why do I need privileges? Why don't you just start us off with less taxes? How about them apples? How about that? How about them apples? But like, yeah, get it out of marriage. But since the government is in marriage, then I don't think the government has a right to deny to consenting adults that privilege. But that doesn't speak, that you can't speak for everybody else. You can't force everybody to like you. There are people still to this day in this country who would disagree with interracial marriage. Not saying they have any really political power.
All on Twitter.
They're all on Twitter.
Speaking their mind every single day.
Yeah. But you know what that doesn't do? It doesn't affect me not one bit, because I still exist. I'm still here, interracially made, and am I going to just start fading into the mist if they say we don't like interracial marriage? Like, that's fine. I'm not going to pay you to make my interracial wedding website if you don't like it. I don't want to give you my money if you're racist. I don't want to give you my money if you're a homophobe. And not even saying religious people are homophobes, but just saying if I perceive you to be bigoted against me, I'm not taking you to court to force you to service me and force you to take my money. I mean, I might leave you a Google review. I don't know. Like, that's about it.
Also, we saw that boycotts are finally working again. I don't think they ever stopped working, but at this point, like, boycotts are working. So, you know, if you disagree with the way a business is doing things, just stop giving them your money.
Question mark. Just stop. Yeah, I mean, but that's too, I mean, Maggie, that's too simple of an answer to these people, because like I said, they're completely narcissistic and self-centered, and they feel like the whole world should just revolve around them. Everybody, no matter what culture, no matter what religion, no matter what background you're from, they all have to love you. They all have to support your gay marriage. You just have to be celebrated and affirmed. Like, I think I've talked about this before in a couple episodes ago, but we're in the age of affirmation. We have to affirm everybody's choices. We have to approve and celebrate and accept everything about everyone. We have to destigmatize everything, and everything is positive and liberated and and you're a bigot if you have anything to say about it.
Definitely. I think we might be experiencing the backlash to the age of affirmation, in which the pendulum swings like the other way, super hardcore. It's like the age of like people like reprimanding you for every choice you make. Like, I definitely see that as well. I think both are really toxic.